Welcome one, welcome all, welcome to another episode of the Guerrilla Press. We are the Wrestling Dorks. I am John, and joined as always to my left is the talker of talking, Sam. Welcome to the show.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Ooh, I like it. A little bit more exciting. And to Sam's left, we've got the still to be...
Jeez, I'm still not freaking named.
Well, we had names last week.
This is ridiculous.
Remember, we were going to call you something, but...
I like those names.
Yeah, we decided...
We'll talk about that more.
Shut it.
She still doesn't have a nickname. If you people out there, the listeners, want to go on the Twitter and give us some names. You've seen her in the ring. You've seen her out of the ring. You've seen her on Twitter. You've seen her on Facebook. What could we call JLucky going forward? She's got to be the something of something, right?
The worst of the worst?
The worst of the worst. You said the sleeper with idiots or something like that. That was pretty good. Yeah, not bad.
Well, I think it was something better.
It was probably way more vulgar than that. Yeah. But anyways, we are here for another episode of the Guerrilla Press. For your listening pleasure, we appreciate you joining us this week. We got a lot to cover. My God, this piece of paper, Sam, look at this. Look at the agenda. It's very full of things. Are you excited?
It's a lot of ink on there.
A lot of ink. I mean, a big chunk of it is about the Super Showdown because, as you know, everything these days is about the Super Showdown. Leading with that, or going with that, talk about Raw. I mean, basically everything on Raw this week was about the Australia show, streaming live on the WWE Network at what time?
5 a.m. for those of us here on the East Coast, 2 Pacific.
Oh, so okay. So our friends Dan could just stay up Friday night.
It's a really awesome show for the American viewers that spend all their hard-earned money.
This is very true. I mean, you know, you could just watch it for free. Super Showdown is free for new subscribers.
I am not a WWE Network subscriber. I probably never will be.
Why is that? Because you're just going to steal my username?
No, I haven't done that.
Oh.
I have stolen stuff, but do you see that they have a whole new thing they're going to be testing and rolling out with membership tiers like silver, gold, platinum, whatever the hell it's going to be called. It's like $5. It's free. There's going to be free, $5 a month, $10 a month, and $15 a month. And
do we know what the differences are?
I think I saw some like freeze, like you're limited to so many hours, like of the old stuff a month, and you get like nothing else. I think basically, and there's commercials.
Okay.
Then $5 is less commercials, and I think the big 4 pay-per-views. $10 would basically be like what you have now. $10 would be like maybe include like NXT takeovers, and 15. So I think they're basically going to take whatever is now and make it 15.
Make it 15 because you get everything now. I mean, there's nothing else they could really add. I can't imagine.
Yeah, there's going to be. I mean, the more stuff they add. So
there's a lot of garbage on there, though. I'll be dead honest. There's their original programming, like Camp WWE and things like that, is absolutely pointless. Like, I see no reason for that. Remember we tried to watch that with the kids once, and it was just like...
Well, Camp WWE is meant for adults.
It's not for kids, and it's not funny, though. That's the problem. It's, like, meant for adults.
I think you and I just tried to watch it.
Maybe it was just the two of us, yeah.
And we were just like, this is dumb.
Are you saying that now because you don't want people to think you had your kids watching Camp WWE?
Absolutely.
What's next?
No, because I remember when we watched
Having the children watch pornography as well? Sick people.
We are sick people. But
we watched some of the older episodes with them.
Yeah.
Older shows.
See? We watched Photo Shoot. They like Photo Shoot. It's a good one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So Raw opens up with a Dean Ambrose interview, and I think everybody thought that he was going to turn heel just right then and there, which that's not going to happen 2 days or whatever, 6 days before Super Showdown.
Yeah, I don't understand why they have to like push this. Like, is he going to turn? Like, back in the day, like that wasn't like. You could see it building, and they would tease it, whatever. But they went out and out, keep saying, "Is he going to go?" Like,
are they trying to make it look different than other heel turns we've got? Because they figure the Becky Lynch heel turn was a shock. You know what I mean? So maybe they're like, "All right, we're going to do this type of heel turn, and then we're going to do a Dean Ambrose where we build it up, and then it turns out that Roman turns heel." No, you don't like that idea?
I mean, I'm not saying I don't like it. It's just not going to happen.
Aye.
I mean, Dean should be a heel.
Right. He should be. And
I think he'll turn at some point.
And do you think this is just they're acknowledging the fan, like, not in a good way, like kind of being like, yeah, we got you. I feel like that's what they're doing. Like, oh, you want him to turn heel? We're going to turn him heel on our terms or something like that.
Who knows what Vince is...
You don't want Dean to become a bad guy, do you?
I'll still love him.
Oh, you still wear his shirt?
Of course you will.
I will still wear his shirt. I will still love him.
Of course you will. Whatever. But yeah, he should
now
be a
that
heel.
He's all jacked.
Yeah, he's huge now.
I liked him before.
You love the big muscle guys.
I loved him before.
Speaking of that, did I tell you I'm doing an 30-day arm challenge?
You did. I laughed.
Did you notice?
No.
Did you see anything when you walked in?
No.
Come on. These 4-inch pythons right here. You didn't see anything?
I'll pass on that.
Penis. Gotcha. No, I'm doing a 30-day arm challenge. I'm going to be huge by the end of this month.
Yeah, you'll be huge.
Oh, come on. There's a reason for it. Did I tell you why? We're wearing sleeveless shirts for Halloween.
You didn't tell me the reason.
Yeah.
I thought it was to please JLucky.
Well, that too. That's a side effect. You know what I mean? But we're doing a Halloween costume, and we're going to be wearing sleeveless shirts.
What do you mean we are going to be wearing sleeveless shirts?
Yeah.
You roped in with the ARPs.
He's going to be a casino dealer.
A sexy casino dealer. Look.
My idea.
All JLucky's idea, if you can imagine. I'd rather be Batman or something like that. Something awesome.
You know, like that's not even like a male sexy casino dealer is very rare.
Oh, you're about to see one.
At Planet Hollywood, they have like the hot chicks, and there was one dude. He wasn't even that good looking, but he was like huge. He was like probably like 6'1", like 300 pounds.
So like
jacked.
the 30-day arm challenge, basically.
Yeah, no, not exactly. So all the art men are going as sexy casino
dealers. Yeah, we're going to be
dealers?
wearing like a button-down white shirt, cut off, you know what I mean? Like no sleeves, bow tie, and like suspenders, but like undone suspenders type, or at least I'm done the suspenders.
Possibly like a little black armband kind of thing.
And then the green visor.
Gotcha.
You got nothing. You got no jokes.
I mean,
You're just looking at me all funny.
Meh.
That's because the girls are gonna be like.
Oh, I know, it's a whole big theme thing.
It is, Sam.
I don't do that stuff.
Did he get invited?
You don't have to be part of the theme.
Oh,
yes,
okay.
he's invited,
Yeah.
but he doesn't have to. He could dress as
If I didn't get invited, this would have been an odd way to broach the topic.
He can dress as whatever he wants to.
I'm going as whatever the hell I want.
You should come as a sexy.
Going as grouchy,
I know.
grumpy,
You want him to come as
35-year-old.
James Bond.
Yeah, you should go as a sexy card player, and we'll be sexy casino dealers. Everybody's just a sexy whatever. The girls are going as like birds or something like that.
Sexy fat guy.
Oh my God, we are not
Birds?
Yeah, they're gonna be birds.
Why are we showgirls?
Oh yeah, but like flamingo.
But we want to be like flamingo showgirls. We want to wear pink and black and fishnets and
pink and black in honor of the Heart Foundation.
Yep,
that's what I'll.
JLucky was trying on corsets on Saturday night, actually, like in front of everybody, just putting on corsets. It was pretty awesome.
I had my shirt on. Come on.
Where was this at?
At the art basement.
Art
What do we call it now? There's a name for it.
Frivolous Nook. I like it. I helped name it. Shush.
Frivolous?
That's because we buy frivolous goods, such as captain's hats and cowboys' hats and other kinds of fun, frivolous things. Shirts. We like shirts with things on them, sayings.
Yeah. I've heard.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, can we get back to wrestling and not less about my 30-day arm challenge?
You're the one that brought up the arm challenge.
Hold on, let me pick up the thing here. Okay, so
by the thing, it was a notepad. Yeah. Everybody, a notepad.
You
had to grunt to pick up a notepad.
I've seen better arms on a chair.
That's legs, isn't it?
That's pretty good. Oh, wait, is that a real joke?
Yeah, I've seen better arms.
Armchairs.
Yeah, I know what he meant, but I mean, you said it like, is that chair? Like, is that leg? Is that a joke?
There's
or
legs
I've seen,
on it.
Yeah, there's
I know what a chair
too.
has.
Hey, a chair's got a back. It's got legs. There's arms. The chair's got all the body parts.
I don't know what you're asking. Do you know what you're asking?
Talking about body parts, should I tell my dad's KFC joke? Remember I texted that to you guys, and you thought it was kind of stupid? I guess I got to tell it now that I brought it up. How was having a wife or girlfriend like a bucket of KFC chicken?
A box of KFC
of KFC chicken. Once you're done with the good parts, like the breasts and the legs and stuff and the thighs, you have a greasy box to put the bones in. Come on, give it to me, people.
That's like she's dead then, you mean, right?
Right.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I assume that's what he meant, not like she's broken down and just bones.
Yeah,
It'd be kind of weird.
I was trying to figure out.
Yeah.
Or did he mean like, after you're done like with like the good parts, you kill her?
No, I don't think he meant. I don't think my dad was talking homicide. I'm pretty sure.
It came off slightly homicidal to me. After you're done with the good parts, you fucking kill them and you bury them.
Pretty sure he was just talking about her vagina as a box.
Just I don't want to talk about that.
No, wait.
And you're sticking your bone in a box.
No, I don't think
in a greasy
so.
box. Pretty sure that's what it meant, boys.
Don't you mean front butt? or whatever Sam said earlier.
Wait. You think that he's referring
You're
to
putting your bone in a greasy box
I
after
think
you're
he
done
said
with the parts.
bones.
Yeah, but in a greasy box.
But bones, that's multiple.
Okay, yes, he meant death. Okay, go ahead. Move on.
I think he meant like, once you use them up, you just get rid of them.
What we run into here, people, is called two Italians with differing opinions, and neither one's going to back down. That's what I wish you guys could have seen this. There was no giving on either side.
This is in your household where it's like, okay, you win. No, you win. No, you win.
Yeah. Triple H, Shawn Michaels, The Undertaker, and Kane close out Monday Night Raw in the biggest segment since last week. So what do we think of this? I think it's pretty awesome.
You would.
Oh, I would, because I'm what? What am I?
I don't know, but there's these guys, like, average age is like 53. We got
so what?
With the maximum paunches in there.
There was Paunch City. It was Paunch City.
Kane and Undertaker look like brothers because their paunches match up.
They do. The mayor of a whole city there in the ring and sporting chest hair.
Yeah, with weird chest hair. Like chest hair doesn't start at like below the nipples. So I don't know if he has like a rule where he'll only shave above his nipples.
I wonder to myself if he was shaved to where the shirt was,
used
and the paunch pulled it down.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
But then you adjust the shaving to meet where the
but he probably it's not like he probably put the thing on and then went right out to the ring or whatever. He didn't like go.
But they don't have all that shit in the back. He could have sheared that line.
I guess. Did you see the paunch?
No.
The patch of red hair?
Not at all.
Well, anyways, so it was.
She doesn't stare at men. Remember?
Oh, that's right. She doesn't.
I must not. I didn't notice that at all.
You didn't see his chest hair. Did you see their paunches?
No.
By paunches, we mean bellies.
I know what that means.
Oh, okay.
No.
Well, wait. Stop. She wasn't looking at their guts either.
Just followed me.
Oh,
it was Kane and Undertaker. I don't know. I guess I just wasn't really like. I don't know.
She probably fell asleep. It was on late.
No, I watched it. I actually watched that one.
You did. You stayed awake. All right, whatever.
Jen loved it.
I loved it. Jen doesn't notice guts, which is a good thing for me.
I mean, this was billed as basically the main event.
Yeah, I mean, Triple H versus The Undertaker last time ever, apparently.
I did wonder where Triple H's neck went.
I don't understand what you mean.
Yeah.
He's never really
had
a neck.
He has no neck.
He's never had a neck.
He's had somewhat of a neck. His neck has officially disappeared into thin. It has no neck. It's a head on top of shoulders.
First of all, he was wearing a shirt, so like that would disguise the neck.
Collar.
The collar was open and his shirt was part unbuttoned.
It's a big collar.
She's staring at his no neck, but can't notice two gigantic 7-foot guts in the middle of the ring. Like, what are you looking at?
Like 6.5.
The fact that Triple H had no neck.
So I like the fact that Kane and Undertaker are still considered brothers. I love this continuity. I mean, we bitch about continuity.
You're fucking dumb as shit. That tweet. Can we mention where this guy? What was your tweet? What did it say?
I don't know. You guys talk amongst yourselves. I don't pull up shit.
Why don't I pull up the tweet? You guys talk.
Okay.
This is your debate.
She'll get it. She'll pull it up. So why do you hate me so much? Or do you need her to read it first?
No. Read this tweet. Bring it up.
I'm just saying that I
eviscerate you like the piece of garbage you are.
I like the fact that we know that one of them is
I'll find it first and
Mark Calloway, and the other one.
I respect the hell out of WWE for keeping up the Kane Undertaker brother storyline, even during this era of internet spoilers and backstage dirt. We all know they actually are just two tall dudes who happen to wrestle around the same time.
It's not fucking real. What is this? I respect them for keeping up a storyline. It's fantasy. They have to. You think after all these years are going to come out, hey, we just want to let you know, Mark Calloway is not actually an Undertaker. And you know what? The guy that's done the mayor of Tennessee, he's not the devil's favorite demon.
He put brothers in quotation marks.
I meant, yes.
But what do you mean? Like, you're proud of them for keeping it up? We're watching a fake show. All this stuff they have to keep up. But I'm just saying,
everything goes just like away. Like all their storyline stuff, just like now it's.
What you think in like 5 years on The Simpsons are like, you know what? Maggie and Bart weren't really brother and sister.
No, you dipshit. I just mean like they could have easily just they could have just never mentioned the fact that they're brothers in storyline. You know what I mean? That they're storyline brothers. But they still continue to mention it.
Why wouldn't they? It's one of the longest running things they have.
That's why I'm saying I like it, because it's a respectable
thing.
It's the dumbest
thing I've ever heard.
Oh my god!
When you said that, I was like, "This guy is a flaming fucking idiot."
That was you responded and you said, "I'm just going to kill you tomorrow."
Yeah,
with words.
It was. I was like, wait, I respect the hell out of, like, what next? They're going to come out like, and say, you're like, I respect the hell out of WWE for saying that. I'm trying to think of another stupid situation that's similar to that one. I'm sure there's many because it's fake, or not real.
I'm just saying there have been so many like.
I love that they still consider Virgil $1 Million Man's butler or whatever the hell he was.
There have been so many things that just kind of like go away, and we just act like they
what goes away?
Never happened.
What went away?
Do I need to pause the podcast while I think of one? I didn't think I had to come here loaded with ammunition.
Yeah, you gotta have ammo.
Well, you got nothing a minute ago. You went with Virgil and the $1 Million Man. That was a terrible one.
No, what we watch is storylines. Why would they take away a storyline?
Like, okay, like all the things were like. How many women have lost babies on the show? And then it's like never brought up again. That's what I'm talking about. They do these storylines and then like
you want them to rehash Mae Young's hand
they pretend like Mickie James didn't do the V-lick. Like they talk about her being a pioneer.
This is a major storyline. Paul Bearer, Kane, Undertaker. I don't understand why you're giving props to WWE for not erasing 20 years of history.
Because they always erase their history.
They
like
erase some, but
Stephanie
not
McMahon, like all those things where she was like a young innocent kid and now she's like an evil villain, even though she's Captain Philanthropy.
You're just reaching. When was she a young innocent kid? They once her where she was sacrificed like 20-some years ago.
She's an innocent person when she first came in. I'm just saying that they change their minds and go different ways all the time, and they just like let things go by the wayside.
The only person that could ever possibly agree with your tweet is maybe possibly Dan, just because you're praising WWE. Other than that, I had some random dude from Italy like my tweet bashing you. Gustavo Triani liked, "You are dumb. We will talk about this." And Saturdays with Chicken Duck also liked, "You are dumb."
As long as it gets people talking, I don't give a fuck. I'm just saying I like the fact that it's still... They could easily just have never mentioned it ever again.
Well, they're the fucking Brothers of Destruction. That's their name.
That's my point. They could just never act like they're brothers.
The Cousins of Destruction.
I'm going to choke you out with this microphone cord. Like, it's just... Do you, JLucky, understand what I'm trying to get at? That this... fuck over here is not letting me.
He might throw a pen.
I'm not going to throw a pen.
I understand what you're getting at.
I mean, there's just so many times where it's just we're supposed to forget the past in WWE, and most of the time we do. But this is one thing that they're actually continuing.
I mean, it would be one heck of a storyline to like not.
Yeah, we
about.
forget like they don't bring up Kane and Katie Vick, obviously, but Kane and Undertaker. It's not like they stopped mentioning it and then all of a sudden brought it back. It's been. They're not going to get rid of that storyline. That's how they brought Kane in.
Right. No, I get it. I get it. I'm just saying when he said, I'm going to have my brother in my corner, I was like, yes. He's not just saying I'm having Kane. Or, you know what I mean? Like, he actually said he's his brother. Keeping the storyline, whatever the fuck. Do you want to talk about Shawn Michaels' big chrome dome that he had going on there? I mean,
I didn't even see it.
Oh,
I mean,
right.
I figured his head was shaved.
He has a shaved head, but it wouldn't have been so weird if he was just a shaved head Shawn Michaels, but he was wearing a black bandana. So it made it look like he was like one of those monks or whatever that is like the shaved thing. You guys go on and check it out. Next up, let's talk about this. You were watching this with me, JLucky, and you got to see it too, you fat shit. Elias got booed forever.
That was classic.
That was
awesome.
That was really good. So what were your thoughts on
longest
this
boo
segment?
in history?
It was so good, wasn't it?
Yeah, because the Seattle, the Supersonics, that's like a big they're very sensitive about losing their basketball team because they went to Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
And then they lost right after they got Kevin Durant, too. So that was awesome, though. That's the longest, and they had to, yell their lines over top of the crowd.
I'm going to play it here for you guys that haven't got...
a little clip?
Yeah, I'm going to play a little clip. So here's Elias.
It's like having a basketball team in Seattle.
Just listen to this. It's unbelievable. I mean, there, he just said it. And listen how long these boos are. I mean, this is unbelievable.
And they were loud.
Do we have to listen for the whole boo?
We don't have to.
Because it was seriously
this video that I'm playing is over a minute long.
And the boo was way longer than that. I watched it tonight.
The boo was way longer than a minute.
It was crazy. And it's still going. And they're just sitting in the ring.
Are you sure they're not saying boo earns?
They might be. And at one point they turned the lights on, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they turned the lights on to try and I guess maybe get them to stop. I don't know. And then Elias said to turn them off, and they didn't listen to him.
All because he made fun of the Seattle Sonics.
Yeah, and then they went back and forth. It was good. Oh, a funny comment. Did you hear Renee Young?
She just said it.
About Detlef Schrempf?
Yeah.
And somebody posted on Twitter, you know how like you like to make fun of me for loving the chick from HQ Trivia because you're saying she's not a real fan? So some guy did that same thing to Renee Young, was like, oh, she was fed that line. She doesn't know anything about basketball. And she snapped like right back. She's like, oh, yeah, I covered sports for X amount of years before coming to WWE. Made me instantly think of you bashing my girl, Lauren Gambino. Is it Lauren Gambino, I believe it is?
You don't even know who that fake girl is from
so
HQ Trivia.
We should definitely tag her on tonight's episode. Lauren Gambino, the best, baby, the best.
Nothing? Anybody? I got nothing to add to that. Cause if we're going to tag her, then, yeah, she's pretty great. She knows her sports very well.
Yeah, you say that now after you're like, oh, she's just a dumb blonde reading a card.
Well, they do. She doesn't know how to read from a card.
You can
they
see
do
her
read from
reading
the card.
cards.
Dude,
she may come up with the stuff for the card.
I will actually tweet at her separately tonight and tag you in it and say my friend says you don't know anything, and we'll see what she says.
Just remember, I don't have a personal Twitter account, so you can tag the Wrestling Dorks.
I'll put like this fat shit says here.
But wasn't that a cool moment, Elias? I mean, that seemed like a real thing.
My favorite part of that whole thing was watching them try not to laugh and continue to be like super serious because they would smirk. That's like my favorite thing, even with like Saturday Night Live when they actually crack themselves up to the point
breaking the fourth
she
wall.
Does. She
I don't like
when they start.
You love Jimmy Fallon, then don't you?
Oh, I do.
The king of breaking the fourth wall.
Oh yes, when they do a skit and like all of a sudden like somebody starts like you could tell they lose it and like then they start with the slow smirk to the point where like they have to look away, or you can tell they're just like laughing. I just lose it. I love it.
I don't mind the ones that like are about to and they can save it. I like that. I'm like, wow, they were about to lose it and they brought it in.
Oh no,
that's because you're here's her name. You're the fucking queen of laughing. Like it's so true. Like my joke could be like, hey, I went to the bus stop today. You're like, oh, and you start laughing. Like you like laughing, so you would like somebody breaking up over themselves. I want them to hold the skit
cracks
together.
Me up.
I want to do the laughing. Not
watching Kevin Owens look at Elias, and he was trying to talk, and there was one point in time where he started talking, and he kind of stopped, and he just kept nodding his head, but he had this little smirk on his face.
You could see it like
in
his eyes.
And then Elias got this little smirk on his face, and it was. But they were serious. Like they were trying to stay serious.
They did good, yeah.
Oh no, they were trying to stay super serious and like, you know, they kept throwing digs. But it was just funny because you
laugh and make it work too. Because
but the fact that they were like, you could tell they did not expect it, and they were just like,
oh, I mean, no, there's no way that was like a planned reaction.
Well, no, but
they were doing it for cheap heat. Everybody does that, but this is the first town ever where it was like nuclear cheap heat.
Yep, it was really good stuff. All right, but yeah, one of the best. And you know what's cool? The next two Raws are in Chicago and Philly. So you're talking about hot crowds.
Towns, and not Pittsburgh. Yeah, that was good.
You're a fuck. You're a fuck. Only the Steelers and Penguins fans suck. Pirates fans, on the other hand,
those are the ones that the Pirates fans are probably the ones that go to the
82
WWE
wins.
events.
How many did you have this year?
79.
Enjoy mediocrity, Phillies.
Oh, 82 is not mediocrity?
It's above
Both
500.
Both of us are at home. Not watching a wild card playoff game, are we?
So I did put
but I got a team to root for, baby. Chase Utley, Dodgers, baby. Let's go.
Is he still playing?
Yeah.
Isn't he a manager by now?
No, this is last year. He retired.
He is retarded. So I did put great crowd makes a great show. And I do believe it. The next two Raws are going to be awesome. And then the week after that, the SmackDown 1000 is coming up. And the rumor is Evolution.
No rumor. It's confirmed.
It's confirmed?
Evolution's a part of history.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to have Bautista and Randy Orton.
It's not going to be Blutista?
And Necklace Triple H and maybe even Ric Flair.
No, Flair will definitely be there.
You didn't see Ric Flair at that Tennessee game on Saturday?
No.
Who were they playing?
You mean?
No.
Oh, I thought you said. I thought you were talking about the Eagles, Tennessee.
No.
You're like, oh, you saw it. That's why I figured you.
It was, but Tennessee was the road team. Who the fuck did Tennessee play on Saturday?
You're talking about college.
College.
So the Volunteers. I don't know. They got smoked 2 weeks ago at Florida.
God damn it! I can't remember. Either way, Ric Flair was there, and he was out on the field like before the game started, and he was shoulder slapping like you wouldn't even believe.
Was it North Carolina team? Because isn't he from Carolina?
He's from Carolina, but for some reason I don't.
Georgia.
Was it
that
Georgia?
That makes sense because he does stuff with the Falcons too.
Okay, yeah, he was out there shoulder slapping.
Yeah, they got their asses kicked.
Because I remember they were talking about who's the bigger star in the room, Peyton Manning or Ric Flair, and both the announcers said Ric Flair. I was like, that's awesome to say he's a bigger star than Peyton Manning, which probably isn't true. In our world, he is, but
yeah, I don't know. It's tough.
But for football guys to say
Ric Flair might be more known worldwide than Peyton Manning.
Yeah, actually, you got a point.
Yeah.
Worldwide, probably.
Yeah, worldwide.
I would say like
worldwide.
What? Titus worldwide? They're not a thing anymore. Now they're done because Dana Brooke left.
Yeah, and then I didn't see her on this week either, was she?
No. It's a real shame. That group really had a good future.
Oh my gosh.
They were going places.
Shut up.
You don't think so?
Shut up.
So let's talk about events here. This Saturday, Sam, what do we got coming up? Big event.
Actually, got nothing.
You and I probably do not have an event, but local wrestling, there is an event here in
Reading, Pennsylvania wrestling.
Reading, Pennsylvania. The RCW Regional Championship Wrestling is having their Mega Brawl instant replay over at the Reading Sokals, 7 p.m. You can get your tickets at the door for $20, or you can get them at S&B Collectibles. We actually did a few interviews this evening, didn't we, Sam? What'd you think of that?
We did do interviews. They're also available at Nemo's Pizza and Golden Eagle Comics.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about those places.
You sack of shit.
And what'd you think of the interviews? Did you like it?
They were kayfabe interviews, so we'll have them up for you guys to listen to. Listen to these local wrestlers cut some promos for the matches coming up. It's RCW Wrestling.
Yep.
Mega Brawl something, instant replay.
Yeah, it's Mega Brawl. I forget what number it is.
The format is there's 7 matches. There's mixes of singles, tags, and 3-man teams. The winners of each match get entered into a battle royal at the end, and the winner of the battle royal will be named the first ever Ultimate Champion.
Yep, so introducing a whole new championship this time.
And it's a new belt, too. It looks nice.
Yeah, it does look nice. So, and a lot of the familiar stars they've had before, like Ooh La La and Jack
Mr.
Molson.
Ooh La La, who followed me during the recording
podcast. Yeah, exactly. You've seen him before. A lot of the other guys.
BJ Walker, who was on Raw not too long, Raw and SmackDown as an extra not too long ago.
Yep. Garrett Holiday is going to be in that, too.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure our listeners have no idea who most of these guys are. But
that's all right. But it's a fun time. If you're doing nothing on a Saturday night, you want to see some local wrestling, put on a good show, go check it out. You might even meet a wrestling dork. We haven't decided yet if we're going to make it or not.
I think JB will be there, but Sam on a Saturday night, you know what I'm doing, baby. Sitting on my couch watching football, probably.
Yeah, bullshit. I don't know. We haven't decided. I got things I might be doing Saturday night, like watching a 12-hour tape delay of Super Showdown. Actually, it could be more thrilling. Let's talk about Super Showdown. You guys want to go through a couple of these matches? Sam, would you like to make some picks?
I will not be making picks on Super Showdown. You and JLucky can. I will not make picks on this event and help this WWE pay-per-view. No.
So you making picks makes them.
I'm not making a pick because I'm not watching.
That's ridiculous. How are you? You call yourself a wrestling fan?
Guess what? It's on at fucking 5.
Why do you care? What's the difference?
Because I like to watch, and I still consider, and I shouldn't, wrestling a sport. I like to watch my sports live. So you want to have an event where intentionally you're going to have it at a time that's inconvenient for me, then guess what? I don't need to watch it. I'll just.
You won't even watch it that night.
No, I know a lot of people that have fallen off their wrestling a lot. I'm not saying I'm going to fall, but if you want to have an event 5 a.m. in Australia, I ain't watching it. Now I have gotten up to watch a racehorse at 3:30 or 4 a.m.
Then why would you not get up and watch this?
Because Winx is amazing. Winx has like 27 straight wins.
Oh my god!
I'll tell you what. If Winx was running, actually Winx is running. You know what? The funny thing, Winx is running Friday, I think. But is it Friday here? Because you know the day flip thing. You know how
Australia or whatever.
Yeah. So when we're watching it here, Saturday at 5 a.m., it's like 12 hours difference.
Yeah, it's like Saturday night for them.
It's for Friday. Is it Saturday night or Friday?
It's Saturday night because they're ahead of us. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, you know what? I might be up. Yeah. I believe I will be up to watch some Australian. But
there you go. There you go.
No, not that night. It's the night before.
Oh, I was going to say you could just stay up.
Yeah. So fuck that. I am completely against this event.
So if
I've watched all the bullshit.
So can't you make picks and just not watch?
No.
So if JLucky and I say, hey, we're going to sit down and watch this event Saturday night recorded, and I invite you over, you're going to be like, no, fuck that.
I'm definitely not watching. Listen, WWE events should be Sunday nights. That's
listen to you.
That's what we grew up on. I like it Sunday night. Saturday night is for like more like, whatever, going out or, there's nothing on Sunday night but like one NFL game. Saturday nights, there's a lot of college games. There's going out. You don't go out Sunday night because you got to work Monday.
Well, we'll be watching it, won't we, JLucky? We've got the kids Saturday night. We're going to make an event.
You're supposed to be.
Yes,
you're supposed
they
to be
want to
working.
see it. They want to watch it.
Yeah, kids want to watch
Ray's not going to like that.
Well, you know what? I can't be announcing wrestling matches and watching wrestling at the same time.
So you should blame it on WWE. I have to watch this event.
I have to watch Super Showdown. Sorry, I can't be there.
And I'll just tell him I'm not coming because it's, I don't know, Saturday night.
Well, JLucky, since this fat shit, I should just turn his microphone off. Can I do that? He'd probably sound way better.
Like they did it to CM Punk?
Yeah, exactly. You're in the middle of your pipe bomb speech. I just turned it off.
Did we ever turn JLucky's mic back on?
We did.
Okay,
I switched it on.
I just thought of that now.
I saw you look over there.
My heart was like, oh, God.
Jeez.
I turned you off while we were interviewing the wrestlers.
So there was less feedback.
Less echo, because I'm a smart producer like that.
You're used to being turned off, I'm sure.
And why would that be?
Look what's looking straight across from her.
30 days, baby. 30 days.
Those things are going to be looking like, pipe cleaners.
I'm going for James Ellsworth here. She'd probably be thrilled with James Ellsworth's body.
If you were James Ellsworth, she'd be on you like, what?
No, I mean his body, not him, not the guy.
Oh, no, yeah. I mean the guy, the whole package.
Ew.
Yeah, ew. How could...
I hope he's not listening and looks at a picture of you and then she gave an ew.
Yeah.
Poor James Ellsworth.
Yeah. JLucky, Triple H versus The Undertaker. Who do you got? What do you think? We'll make a couple picks. We don't have to go through the whole thing.
Oh, no, go through the
whole
thing.
our fat friend doesn't want to be involved.
I think it's going to be Triple H.
Really?
You
think the no neck thing is going to help him out?
The fact that he's screwing the...
that hasn't helped.
No.
He lost to... No, he beat Sting.
But I think if this is one of their last matches, probably he's going to win.
All right.
Triple H took the beating on Monday night.
But really, well, yeah, and that's what I feel like because they got their asses kicked. I feel like now that they're going to make a comeback on.
Let me just tell you, nobody loses.
He did a throat slashing.
I like how you think people can see you.
Yeah,
he announced it for me because he's getting in practice for Saturday night when he announces at RCW Mega Brawl.
Sir.
Why would you not go? I went to the last one without you.
Congratulations! I had a big bocce tournament.
You have nothing this Saturday. You just said
I probably have something.
You have nothing.
What are you
going to go to a bar and not hit on a girl that blatantly wants it again?
No. I have something. I'm sure.
Terrible. The Shield versus the Dogs of War. Oh, by the way, I picked Undertaker. Oh, I did the throat slash. Never mind. Shield versus Dogs of War.
I mean, for my pick, since I'm not giving one.
Who gives a fuck? No, you don't get to make one.
Double DQ.
You're just going to call that in every match. Shield versus Dogs of War. What do you think?
Shield. I have to keep picking the Shield.
Of course the Shield.
Oh,
I want to have intercourse with all three of them.
That'd be fun.
They don't have chest hair. Wait a second. That would be
Hi-yo.
fun. That would be fun. That would be a lot of work.
I think that would.
Wouldn't that be a lot of work for you, don't you think?
For me?
Would make it work. They would do the work.
For me?
3 people? There's no way 3 people could be doing the work at the same time.
Yeah, they can. She's just going to lay there.
Just lay there? It doesn't sound like fun at all.
Really?
I mean, it's fun for her.
Look, she's like, really? Look, she's like she's totally into it.
I've seen films of these sorts. And
I've seen documentaries.
Yeah. There's plenty of things to go around.
I can't imagine that being fun. I feel like if it was one of us and 3 of them, it'd be a lot of work too, wouldn't it?
You with the Shield?
No, not the Shield. I mean,
what the fuck are you talking? I feel like one of us with the Shield.
With one of us? With the 3 of them?
The Shield.
I'm not doing the work for the Shield, God damn it. I'm tired of putting Roman over. He always gets put over.
Oh my God. I meant 3 women.
That's not anything like what you said.
But I was looking at him. I said, one of us, 3 of them. Not 3
yes,
of them.
3
like
of them. The Shield is what we were talking about.
Don't you? Fuck it. You're picking the Shield?
Yes.
I'm going Dogs of War because they have more chest hair.
You can't pull Sam.
I can pull whoever I want.
They're not the Dogs of War, by the way.
They're the Dogs of War. Woof. AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe. I know who you're not taking.
Still going AJ.
Why? Because Samoa Joe is fat.
No.
And her former name...
AJ is pissed about his family. He's going to fight harder.
The name that shall no longer be mentioned.
Who shall not be named.
JLucky does not hate fat people. Just fat, hairy men.
Stop it.
We had so many good names.
I know.
Yeah.
These are officially not her names, but my God, we had so many good ones. It was like I can't even think of one now. It was like...
Yeah, there were so many oh God. It was something of the corpulent.
It was originally with the hater.
They were all dumb.
It was
Leave
with
it
the
at
hater
that.
of
They were
fats.
dumb.
It was with the hater of fats.
Originally, it was the hater of fats, but then we came up with a bunch of other ones.
Very dumb.
She did not like it because she's not a hater of anything. She doesn't want to be. She doesn't want her nickname to be the hater of anything.
I'm the most loving person ever.
She's the most loving person ever. Ooh.
Keep going with your little picks.
Okay. Ronda Rousey and the Bellas versus the Riot Squad. Am I seriously doing this? I really don't want to go through all these picks. Ronda Rousey and the Bellas versus the Riot Squad.
Well, it's just you and I making picks.
What do you think?
Because somebody won't make
I'm
picks.
making comments. I'm just not making picks.
He's just going to make a side comments. I'm going with Riot Squad, and I'll tell you why. Nikki Bella is turning against Ronda Rousey at this event. You watch.
Yeah, that's to set up Golden Jewel or Golden Shower or whatever the next pay-per-view is.
Wait, what?
That's in Saudi Arabia. There's a Saudi Arabian pay-per-view.
Golden Shower?
I don't know. It's something like that.
Let's see how many porn references we can make in one episode.
I feel like we've probably maxed
We're going to
out.
eclipse them all.
I don't know. Now that I know that, I guess I have to pick them too.
It's not a thing. I'm just saying that's my choice.
You just said it was a thing.
No,
I'm going by Sam.
It's in a... Oh, great.
It's not like we know, for sure.
We're just saying it would make a lot of sense.
No, you hear things, you read things.
Yeah, we're in tune with what's going on.
I don't read things. I don't see things.
We follow Mr. Ooh La La. We don't exactly follow the writers from WWE. Daniel Bryan versus The Miz, with the winner getting a shot at the world title. Daniel Bryan versus The Miz. I'm going to go Daniel Bryan. Because...
I'm going double DQ.
You think? And then they both get a shot?
So they both get in, yeah. And plus, I just like saying double DQ.
Yeah, I was going to say. What do you think? Daniel Bryan versus The Miz. There's supposedly no hijinks this time because there's no managers, no Brie mode botching everything, no Maurice going to be there.
Really?
That's what they say.
Brie mode.
Botch mode.
Daniel Bryan actually spoke out about Brie being bullied.
I heard about that.
Up. Yeah.
Go
People
ahead.
like you.
While she's thinking.
You know.
People like me.
Yeah.
I run a podcast that I need to come up with controversial shit to talk about.
I'm the one over here that always sings her song and loves it so much, and you're the one that just bashes her senselessly because maybe she made a slight mistake.
Or 6 slight mistakes.
No, and it was like... So Daniel Bryan tweeted out, and he basically said, he's very strong. He's very proud of how strong his wife is. After accidentally injuring Liv Morgan, which is the first time she's ever hurt another performer, she's been subject to a constant barrage of social media attacks. Almost every wrestler out there has accidentally hurt someone, but rarely do you see this kind of hate when it happens. For example, I concussed Randy Orton in 2012 after hitting him with what was supposed to be a chair to the back. Unfortunately, part of the side hit him in the back of the head, and he was forced to miss a pay-per-view. In 2009, in our last match against each other, I concussed Nigel McGuinness after doing a dive into him in the crowd where his head hit the floor, and there are others. As for the yes kicks, 2 weeks ago, I accidentally kicked Andrade directly in the head due to miscommunication on my part. I feel fortunate that he was okay, because there are a few feelings worse than hurting someone. Despite all of that, never did I receive the backlash Brie did this week. With all the negative things said about my wife on the Wrestling Dorks by John Marlette, nobody was harder on her than
Wait,
she
did he
was
say
on
that?
No.
Oh.
No. Yeah, if he said that, we'd be freaking going nuts.
No. Wait, what was it that Sam said earlier?
Oh, yeah, I said, we were talking about our fellow network member, the Pro Wrestling Personified podcast, had David Arquette on, and JLucky's like, you guys interviewed David Arquette? I'm like, no. It's like, if we interviewed David Arquette, you would have walked in and we'd have our dicks out.
Somehow that would be us celebrating, is us having our dicks out. That's the way we celebrate things.
So Daniel Bryan said...
Thank you
to the many people who reached out to support her, both publicly and privately. We all wish Liv Morgan a speedy recovery. # end cyberbullying. John. So maybe next time.
Stop it. Look, she's a model trying to wrestle. Let's just put.
She's a trained wrestler.
She's barely. By who? You?
No. She made a mistake, and maybe Liv made
many
more
others
mistakes,
within like a 2 or 3 week time frame. Just because you sing her song doesn't mean you love her. You're not her biggest fan. Man. Ladies and gentlemen, I only play a heel on this show. Sam is actually the bigger dick in real life. My. Contraire, mon frere. You are definitely a bigger heel. I'm a nice fucking guy. I'm pretty great.
That's what all the bad guys say.
Yeah, I'm a nice guy. Well, and JLucky thinks all the guys are nice.
Yeah, she's
always like thinks all the guys are nice.
Except for tonight, she didn't.
Oh, that's right. How did the gym go tonight?
Yes, how did the gym go?
I don't know. It was interesting. I
didn't get to go because I had to interview some pro wrestlers, but yeah.
I didn't realize how full the gym was going to be this evening.
That's because we usually don't go at this time of night.
And I felt like a piece of meat.
But you normally don't.
And she liked it.
No, I didn't. I honestly felt very uncomfortable. I've never had people just walk by and stare at me, and they were doing that. It was very
What exactly
awkward.
were you doing at the gym that they were staring?
Yeah, you've never had anybody stare at you.
I was just
pretty
doing
sure
the
you
ARC
have.
trainer.
The ARP trainer? Did you say?
ARC. Sam.
I've seen you stared at Wells Fargo.
Yeah, you've been stared.
You've been stared at.
See,
before.
she doesn't recognize it.
He's so nice.
Or she either doesn't recognize it or doesn't fess up to it.
He tries to tell me that, people are checking me out, whatever. I think it's crap. But today was the first. I mean, it was weird. I felt violated.
Oh. Sam, you run into this problem a lot?
No, nobody stares at me other than for look at this.
If you're in the way of something,
swine.
It's like, sir, you're standing in front of that thing I want to actually look at. Could you move? I'm like, yeah. Becky Lynch versus Charlotte for the SmackDown Women's title.
Still going Becky.
Yeah, I'm going with Becky. Becky retains. Double DQ, Sam, you think?
I'm going to double count out.
Oh, by the way, I'm going with Daniel Bryan, too. Or did you pick Daniel Bryan? You didn't make a pick. We started talking about Sam singing a song about Brie.
Yeah, I'd have to say Daniel Bryan.
All right, good work.
I really want to go against you, but I really feel like he's going to win.
Oh, you want to go against me? I'd love to have you against me. Hey.
What are you guys betting on this?
What's the point of betting, Sam?
That's true. He never paid off his loss from the last.
You want to give me a chop?
Picks.
When we're done here, you give me a chop. We'll bring one of the microphones
There's no point
over.
in betting. We're just going to make picks for the fun of it.
It must be.
Yeah,
maybe a handshake.
Oh, I thought you were going somewhere else. I thought you were talking about some jobs.
No.
New Day versus The Bar.
I mean, because I'll start picking if HJ's are
versus for the SmackDown titles. Who you got and why?
I don't know.
I'm going with The Bar because they're amazing.
I do like The Bar.
This was the spot where the Bludgeon Brothers were supposed to be still retaining.
We are The Bar.
And I'm great at picks, so I'm going to pick The Bar.
I'll go New Day.
Look at you.
New Day rocks.
Asuka and Naomi versus the Iconics.
Shirt.
You do have a New Day shirt.
Because Oat got me a New Day shirt.
Asuka and Naomi versus the Iconics in Australia. I should tell you this because that's where the Iconics are from. Australia. I'm going with the Iconics to get that huge home crowd pop. Sam has.
I'm still saying Asuka.
You guys are dumb.
You are correct, JLucky.
You guys
are
both
correct.
stupid.
Wow,
you're
I
stupid.
can't imagine the Iconics beating them in any country.
And our main event of the evening: Kevin Owens and Elias versus Bobby Lashley and John Cena. John Cena.
You seen his new pictures?
No.
He looks like sickly or something.
What?
Yeah.
He's probably on some stuff, but people are like, he kind of looks like Mark Wahlberg. Then some people were saying, he looks like Vince.
I'm going with Owens and Elias.
But he looks sickly?
He just looks way thinner than he used
sickly
to.
compared to, a model of, like this guy over here,
This
JB with the python.
Over to your right.
He doesn't look quite as good as him.
Did I mention, by the time you see me again, I'll be on day 10.
I don't think I'll notice anything.
Oh, you're going to notice.
Here's a picture of John Cena.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Which picture did you show her?
That's the one.
Oh,
That's the one that's going around.
So you don't like that?
God,
he grew out his hair probably to cover that bald spot that was coming in the back. And now, but he looks weird, doesn't he?
He looks really weird.
Like he's super vascular. I mean that.
I hate that more than anything.
She hates the vascular.
No.
Those guys love the vascular.
They do, and I know they do because it was explained to me.
Plus, when you get
my boss was trying to.
When you get older,
I said I think veins are disgusting.
It's easy when you get older because your skin thins. Plus, he's probably on all sorts of shit like The Rock because he's no longer probably tested. So
I know bodybuilders,
but it's weird, like his chest.
and I think it's.
I feel
totally
like
disgusting.
you know how like the Big Booty Daddy, Scott Steiner.
Yeah.
You know how like his chest is separated now? Like it's weird. It almost looks like Cena's chest is starting to like cave in like Steiner's.
Yeah.
Like his just pec doesn't look like. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
And he's got your favorite thing, the sad belly button.
Yeah, the Baron Corbin belly. So she definitely does not like the vascular. Do chicks
vascular.
like? I think guys like that more than chicks do. Actually,
No.
The vascular.
I don't. But like the bodybuilder guys.
Yeah.
Bodybuilders
like you and I don't. I mean,
that's a huge thing that when they get there.
Yeah, I think it's disgusting.
Yeah, it's really weird looking.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, there you go.
So, all right. Wait, did you pick?
Yeah, I went with Owens and Elias. Did you pick Lashley and Cena? You think I got to fly Cena all the way to Australia to have him lose?
He hasn't promoted the match at all.
Didn't even like.
I'm just trying to bait you into picking.
No, I'm with you.
Oh, you're going with Owens and Elias. I like it.
Cena wins that easily.
All right.
Think so? I don't know.
So what's our punishment going to be?
Is he going to start wrestling again?
It's
going to be back?
No, it's just like he's just going to do these one-off shows
Cena
to sell tickets.
mode.
So what do you want to do for a punishment here?
I'm not even going to bother.
Oh, wow.
You still owe us a punishment.
I fucking told you the last few weeks you guys
until
could
you cash in, we're not.
I will whip my shirt off right now. I've been doing 3 days of the arm challenge. You guys can slap me across the chest right now if you want to. Does anybody want to do it? Or you're out? You don't want to do it, do you? Look at you bitching out.
The thrill is gone.
I'll chop
Unless
you.
Sam wants to.
I told
Sam
you right off
my
the bat.
Too.
Oh, I'll chop you.
Twice. He can chop you twice.
I'm going to come up and give a nice shh. And a big frying pan over the top.
That really sounds horrible.
A frying pan.
Well, Big Show's hand is like a frying pan.
It is pretty much.
My hand would be like being hit.
You
with
haven't done the Big Show voice or anything in a while.
True.
Kind of missing it.
Oh, maybe she misses it. I definitely would rather have that than the Brie mode thing that you do. It's pretty awful.
It's been a while.
I like Brie mode.
I like when he starts like talking and then does like a whole like sentence, like a whole like he'll just tell something in that the Big Show like entrance.
Like, well, I'm about to give John a chop in the chest. Or something like that. Yeah. Like, he can't come. He needs material.
Yeah.
So so we're done with the chest chopping then. Nobody's.
I mean, I'll do it.
Sam's gonna do it.
Yeah.
All right, fine. You know what? I agreed to take some chops. I'll let Sam chop me real quick. Are you ready? Do you think you can do this?
Well, it's Brie mode.
Oh, that's terrible.
Oh my gosh.
So we're gonna give our remote microphone.
Chop you like Brie would.
Oh, good, great. So you're gonna knock me unconscious?
That's the plan.
All right, JLucky, you're gonna have to announce this whole thing because I'm about to walk away from the microphone. It's all up to you.
All right, I'm ready.
Now, unfairly, he. I don't
want to do this. I don't want to take my shirt off. I'm out.
He's going to bail out. He doesn't want to take his shirt off. I mean, if I can get one of the shirt on, but it's not nearly going to sting as much as it should.
Well, he did. The bet was he was going to do it shirtless.
Oh, can we do one shirt? And
no. The bet was shirtless.
I'll do one without one no shirt. One good one, no shirt, baby. I've never been so excited for a man to take his shirt off.
Take it off. Take it off.
I don't want to
Take it off.
This is such a weird, agonizing thing for a man agonizing taking about his shirt off.
For a man who wears like 5 shirts.
Right. Amongst friends.
And Sam. It's pretty crazy. Like I don't feel comfortable with this, but
take it off. Let's go.
I'll take 2.
Would it make you feel better if I was nude during this?
Me or her?
If I was nude during it.
It would make me feel better. Everybody get naked.
All right, JLucky, you got. How do I stand? I don't know how to
stand and take it. All right.
I don't want to do it.
All right, listen. I'm gonna.
Don't kill me.
I'm gonna count to 3.
No.
It's gonna be done, and I'm gonna hold the mic so that hopefully our listeners can hear.
I'm a trained professional wrestler. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna make it sound good, but it may not hurt much. May not.
I think he's gonna cry like a little girl.
I'm already crying from taking my shirt off. So.
All right. I'm holding the mic over.
All right. Are you gonna count
Sam,
me down?
you're up. I'll count you down. Am I gonna do 3, 2, 1? You're gonna go.
Yeah.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Woo! I hope the mic picked up that sound. That was fun. I can do that again. Oh, it stings, doesn't it? It stings.
You're not doing JLucky's slap, right?
Yes.
Oh, we got another coming up.
Wait. No. It's two.
I thought, but JLucky's going to do hers, right?
It's two.
You want to chop away? I'll announce
No.
chop.
Go ahead. I gave Sam my chop. I feel like you waited this long. You're going to get 2 Sam chops. Sorry, buddy.
Shouldn't say anything. I thought she was going to do one. That's why.
Well, I was going to do one, but you waited this long. Now you get double punishment.
You should be happy. Her hand's bigger than mine.
Wait. My hand's not bigger. My fingers are longer.
I have a very small hand. There's nothing to be ashamed of. I'm not going to lie like the president.
No. You do a bigger hand.
Do I? No. A little bit. No.
She goes, no. Wait, a little bit.
They're about the She's slightly longer than me. Whatever.
All right. Well, that
no, let's go. Let's go.
All right.
All right.
If I want to give I want to give like a one of those big.
If you give me a frying pan, I'm going to pass out.
All right. I'll just give him a
He does have red marks on his chest already from that first one. All right. Ready. 3, 2, 1.
Woo!
And he's down on the ground, folks. He's down on the ground.
There has to be a better way to take that.
If he didn't care so much, it'd be fun to take a picture of his red chest. And Sam has officially lost it.
That's so much fun. That's fun. Oh, man.
And made it all worth it for you. All right, so what are we doing for the next punishment for Super Showdown?
I don't have to worry about the punishments because I don't do the picks for the Australian or Saudi Arabian events.
All right,
I
put
don't
your
know if
microphone
we
back
can
in
just...
the holder, you fuck.
Oh, wait, hold on. I got to give
like
Sam back his mic. Here, honey. I was holding it.
I like when she holds it.
You like when she holds it? You think she's good at it?
I love when she holds it.
I know how to hold it.
I can still feel that a little bit. It hurts.
Yeah, and for everybody wondering at home on those chops, I gave him knife edge chops. I didn't go like open hand, which are probably like hurt less. I gave him 2 knife edge chops, baby.
The knife edge probably hurts more, but sounds a little bit quieter.
I like the shuffle he did after he did it too.
Yeah, I think the knife edge are
if only he would have done some shoulder slapping, it would have like made the whole thing.
Yeah, are quieter, but I think they hurt more. But yeah, they'll make less noise.
I definitely can feel it. It's weird. It's been a few minutes already.
If you drop over dead, that'd be hilarious if I killed you.
It feels like
that would be hilarious.
It feels like I got a pain running shooting down my left arm.
I feel like somehow he would try to delete this podcast.
No, don't worry. If I kill you, I already spoke with Nick, and we'll take care of JLucky.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Being the Podfather.
What are you guys gonna do?
We'll have another podcast. We'll replace
just the two of you. Oh, he's in my place.
Yeah, that's all I meant by that.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like actually take care of her.
Yeah,
because there's a line of men waiting at the gym. Obviously, apparently.
I don't know what they wanted to do. I don't think they were going to.
I'm pretty sure I know what they wanted to do.
They probably want to give her knife edge chops.
I wonder if any of them said she had a fat ass.
Probably.
You think?
Oh, I don't know. They were speaking English, the 2 of them. They followed me into like where you do the ab stuff in the back, and I couldn't understand what they were saying. But
did you hear the word culo grande back there or anything like that? That means big butt.
Yeah,
what does it mean? Culo grande?
Yeah, it's probably not like the slang way they say it.
Yeah,
that's probably like
that means like
definition.
the official Spanish.
They probably have like a way of saying
an actual
like,
slang. Yeah, but yeah, that means large backside.
I didn't really listen. I just focused on my workout because I just wanted.
I know what they were focusing on. So Sam, tell us about your Saturday. Sunday. You were
maybe they're listening.
Saturdays.
If you were at Planet Fitness tonight, I'm sorry.
Saturdays with Chicken Duck. Yes, they had on a former professional wrestler, Bobby Blaze. He has a podcast as well. I think it's called Bell to Bell with Bobby Blaze, BB.
Nice. Okay.
Yes, we had him on the podcast, asked him a few questions. He had a lot of stories. He probably could talk for like 20 days straight about wrestling. Guy's been all over the place. Wrestled as enhancement talent on WWF. Wrestled. You can look him up on WWE matches or online. I mean WCW matches. He had matches with Scott Steiner. He had matches with Juventud Guerrera. Huh. He could work with big guys, small guys. He talked to us about working in Japan. So yeah, check it out at Chicken Duck Pod. Saturdays with Chicken Duck. You can download them. Hopefully some of their listeners come and give us a listen.
They're on Patreon too, right?
Yes, they're on. I believe they're on the Patreon.
And as are we?
Yeah. I think they're cleaning up right now. I think they have 5 or 6 patrons.
Yeah. So check them out on Patreon. So what was your role in the? I wanted to know like how the podcast workings.
Oh, they just brought me in as the wrestling guy.
Okay.
Casey knows a lot about wrestling. Obviously, he was a professional wrestler, but they needed to have somebody else on there with like the intense wrestling knowledge that I have.
So did they? I don't know how to put this because you've been on there before. Did they interview you at all, or did you just kind of like jump in?
No, I've been on there before. They just basically introduced me and the podcast, and then whatever.
Okay. Any idea when this episode's coming out? Or
it will be out this. You know what? It used to be released on Saturdays. I think they release it now on Thursday. Is it for Patreon people?
Okay.
Let's see.
Kind of like us. If you're not listening to us on Patreon, you can catch us a day earlier on Patreon by searching the Guerrilla Press, patreon.com.
Yeah, they do. It's available on. It's Saturday. It's available on Saturday for free. Wednesday or Thursday on Patreon.
Nice. Okay, cool. But yeah, check out if you like the Wrestling Dorks, you'll like that podcast. It's a really, really funny one. So that's a good. I like that podcast. They're really funny guys.
They're good guys. We're both local Berks County podcasts, and Jim, Casey, Jeff were there for this week. My one buddy, other buddy Jim is on. He was on, called in. They have another guest, Vu. There's a lot. They're funny guys. They just talk about everyday stuff, kind of like how we do sometimes. But we talk, mostly wrestling. That's every episode. It's just like off stuff.
So let's see. We talked about Sam on Chicken Duck. We talked about the David Arquette interview. If you guys have not checked that out, follow the Pro Wrestling Personified.
Hell of a get.
That's a crazy get. I mean, for that to be on our network, I don't think I told you. I was sitting on my couch Sunday, and like my phone's blowing up, and it said something like, David Arquette replied to a tweet you're tagged in. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, that's just so cool to see, like, come across your phone. So, if nothing else, David Arquette mentioned the Wrestling Dorks in a way. You know what I mean? It's cool to see. So, which of our random topics would you like to talk about this week, Sam? We got a few written down here that we didn't get to last week. We always write down a bunch, for those of you who don't know how the show works, we write down a bunch of topics we want to get to, just as like keyword type of things. And we don't always get to them every single week because JLucky's mailbag. Speaking of that, while you look over the things, JLucky, tell us about your poll that recently closed up.
Yes, I had a poll.
Her poll closed up?
Her poll
Not
isn't.
my hole.
My
poll.
It's open.
Yeah, I don't think that can close up. It's not like an earlobe or something.
Maybe if you maybe lack of use.
You think? And then it would just skin would grow over top of it.
Is that what would happen? I mean, it would probably like maybe not close up, but it might get
have
like
to be like stitched up. I
feel like we shouldn't talk about this anymore.
Holes being closed.
She doesn't like this conversation. Talk about your poll instead of your hole, JLucky.
So my poll was, I was asking who had the best. If you listened to last week's episode,
which you should have,
which of course they did.
Go listen to it now.
So we each picked our own entrance song, like what we would like to walk out to. So I picked Turn Down for What? John picked Kickstart My Heart. And Sam picked Power Trip. So based on the votes, I won.
Whatever. So what is
Sam came in second, and John came in last.
Clearly. Percentages were 57 for
So
JLucky.
I got 57% of the vote. Sam, you got 29% of the vote.
Half as good as you, I'll take it.
And John got 14%
Less
of
than
the vote.
half as good as me, that's correct.
So there you go. I picked the best one.
I have to tell you, I voted for myself. So
that was where
those votes would have been less.
I didn't get to vote for myself because I did the poll, so I couldn't vote.
Oh,
so mine is an honest vote.
Saying,
Whoever voted for me, thank you very much.
The rest of you who voted
You're
for
smart.
Kickstart My Heart, you guys are also smarter than everybody else here.
You were the only one who did vote for yourself.
There we go.
No, it's not true. Can't be true. People would definitely vote for Motley Crue over Monster Magnet. Good song, but my song's better entrance music.
No, my song's better.
Incorrect. Whatever. We've had this conversation already. So, Sam, you got to look over while you were...
Yeah, so I wanted to bring up last week, like I said, I forgot. Liv Morgan posted a picture before her face got kicked off accidentally. She posted a picture of herself on social media with no makeup.
Oh, that's terrible.
And I thought, it was pretty cool, like just to show everybody what she looks like without her makeup done. I still thought she was fabulous looking, very attractive. But it's nice to see you look different, obviously, when you're not wearing makeup. And I think it was a strong statement to send out there to the women.
Yes.
Now, JLucky will probably say something about how she hates Liv Morgan because she's hot.
No. I think it's great when women do those pictures. A lot of people have done it. Lady Gaga did it recently. She posted a picture of herself. A lot of the celebrities do that. And it's nice to see them without the makeup because, I don't know. I think, honestly, they put too much makeup on these girls. They look pretty without it, and they don't need it.
Oh, so you two agree on something.
Well, yeah, I don't have.
I mean, they put so much makeup on them on these. I mean, I know they have to. They're on television, but they like.
And there's
the girls. They wore makeup like that years ago, but now it's like
there's disgusting pigs like John Marlette that watch.
Oh, here we go. I play a heel on the show.
Makeup. If all of a sudden these girls weren't wearing makeup, John would be like, boy, she's looking a little long in the tooth. Boy, she put on 27 pounds.
I love this. This is the guy. So he wants them to be all natural, yet Charlotte races to the ring with her pontoons bouncing out of. I'll turn it off.
They weren't really bouncing.
Out of control, and he's like, "I love it.
Don't move.
I think she looks great with those gigantic bazongas bouncing all over the place."
I would never say the word bazongas.
He said bazongas and pontoons, but yet, see, this is you're talking over yourself.
I'm
here.
not.
You want them to wear no makeup
things.
and
I
just
didn't say I want them,
spend their time less makeup, more pontoons.
Time out. You just. I'm for the makeup in the ring. I'm fine with it. I was just being it, but I thought it was cool. She put out a picture of that. But anyway, no, I'm cool with fake boobs, whatever the hell you want to do, because if it makes you happy, go ahead and do it. You know, it's really about feeling good about yourself and not letting a man or whatever put you down because you went out and purchased whatever it is to make you feel more secure. But I feel
like a lot of them probably get it because they want to feel like everybody else.
I mean, or on top of it, just like sometimes we're a stripper or whatever, it'll maybe help them make more money. So it's actually an investment.
I'm sure that's what's happening with them too.
So I think it's a smart move, and if it's a good job, they look good.
All right, whatever.
Nothing wrong with a good job.
You're all commending them for wearing no makeup on social media, and then loving the big fake pontoons. It just seems
I like all pontoons, unlike you.
I didn't say I like big fake pontoons.
Hold on, I said
I like when they don't wear as much makeup. They're young girls. They're beautiful. They don't need to wear.
They don't need as much makeup, and they don't need the fake pontoons.
But they put so much on them.
Nothing wrong with fake tunes.
Yeah, I guess. No, there is something wrong with fake tunes. Fake tunes.
Yeah, but you like looking at fake tunes.
Not like Charlotte's. Oh. Not like Charlotte. Like that's like too much. I mean, what are some fake tunes that I do?
You like fake tunes that look a little bit more natural.
Yeah.
She
Charlotte's
just got hers done though.
Too...
She just got them redone, so they're just look like giant.
The way that she's built
tunes.
like an athlete, she shouldn't have big fake tunes. It's like when Nicole Bass has those giant tunes on her body. She's too much of an athlete. Like
so what? Maybe she got it because she felt bad because her tunes were
big. I get that, but you're asking my opinion. Right. I'm giving it to you. I think that they don't look good on her.
Okay, that's fine.
Because I remember when she was in NXT and she didn't have them and she looked great. She was like this long, slender.
What about have them in NXT?
She didn't.
She had nothing in NXT.
Not in the beginning. No,
oh, really, that's interesting.
She was this long, slender, super athlete.
She's got fake ones.
Yeah,
obviously.
those look fine.
Maurice.
Because, I can't really picture hers.
Really?
But Nikki Bella's. I can't. Nikki Bella's a good exampo. Lana's looks good.
Because so pretty much everybody but Charlotte.
Well, no, somebody that's not like an athlete. Like if Becky Lynch went and got him.
Whoa.
You know what I mean? Like because she's got like that
she's
athletic
petite.
build. But
she's
has, like,
not as big as Charlotte.
But she has like the broad shoulders and like the stronger looking arms.
I don't think she's broad-shouldered. Becky?
You know what?
Charlotte is, but Becky?
Why do I talk on this show? Because it doesn't matter. I got two Italians that I'm not going to beat. It doesn't matter what I say.
I'm looking at Charlotte's tunes right now. And they're.
What about,
I'm sure you are.
Stephanie McMahon.
No, those are bad. Because again, she's like a big, broad-shouldered chick.
What about when China got hers? Do you remember
that?
Exactly.
Wouldn't a broad-shouldered woman be able to handle?
You would think,
tunes?
except that the tunes then go like east and west, and it doesn't look good.
That's how natural
because of their
tunes go
chest
east and west.
Yeah,
tunes go east and west.
Tunes should go to the equator. I don't know. Are we still making? Are these Earth jokes doing anything for you?
No, I mean, when you lay tunes naturally flop off to the side.
Yeah, right.
When you lay down.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
Mine don't do too much.
Just let the women get...
You're like, mine don't go east or west.
Mine go east and west if I lay down, but they don't do too much otherwise.
If the women want the fake tunes, let them get them.
That's fine. I'm not saying don't. I'm just saying certain ones look better than others. I can tell you.
They certainly do. That's correct. But I think you normally are just like, no, I don't like fake tunes.
I don't prefer fake tunes. You're right. But like a Nikki Bella's fake tunes, I love that we're calling them tunes, look way better than Charlotte's tunes. I gotta stop. We're Jimmy Falloning this whole thing here.
So you're a huge Bella fan, like huge Nikki Bella fan.
No,
I just found out. Okay,
no,
that's your favorite.
She's hot.
That's your favorite. That's okay. You like those Italian?
I can't handle
women.
this. Yeah. No, I do not like Italian women.
What?
You're Irish.
You just called me Italian throughout this whole episode.
That was when I hated you. Now I love you and you're Italian. I mean, fuck, Irish.
God, this guy's bad at announcing.
Wow.
So what else do we want to talk about this week? Anything else you want to get to, Sam?
Well, remember how last week I was talking about my Cheez-It slogan? I really think it's going to gain traction.
I did tag Cheez-It in the tweet.
Did you?
Yeah, I didn't get anything out of it.
Damn it.
I'm sure they saw it, though.
Yeah, they had to.
Whoever's running the Cheez-It Twitter is like, whoa!
It's going to be the next campaign.
I can't wait till it comes out.
So I brought up after the episode last week about another invention. This is an actual invention.
I might turn off my microphone for this one and let Sam run with this.
Because this was something that I wasn't a solo creator of. This was on a trip on a lunch, not even lunch break. It was supposed to be a 15-minute break at Wells Fargo when we worked there.
Turned into half an hour.
And it was like an hour break, but we could do that then because the people that we went with were the people in power. So basically, or, we're banging people, whatever. Things happen. Anyway, we went for slushies because that's where fat. So we were like, let's go get slushies because, we're like 12-year-old kids. So we went to go get Coke slushies at Turkey Hill. And I specifically remember on the ride back, we started talking about...
I want to see how you...
ejaculation. So...
ladies and gentlemen, if you want to turn the episode off now, you can catch us at Wrestling Dorks on Twitter.
We were talking about... I guess. I don't know how it even came up. Maybe because colors of slushies. I have no idea. But we started talking about what if you could pop a pill and it would make your ejaculate a certain color. And I got her with a...
Semen. Let's just call it semen.
Yes. It would make...
Ejaculate sounds a little too...
It's proper.
Scientific.
Yeah. So...
This is not a scientific podcast.
So you could basically... pull out of your partner or what have you.
What has happened?
And instead of painting them white, you would paint them, whatever color that you took the pill for. It would tell, I popped the green pill or I popped the purple pill, whatever it is. I thought this was an outstanding idea. I felt it would be big in the partying community. Maybe even it would be involved in porn.
Oh, absolutely.
Whatever.
Porn, it would have sold in porn.
Yeah, you blow a different color load. People would want to see it at least the first couple times.
He's done with the scientific terms.
The novelty would
go from ejaculate to semen to blow a load.
Before the novelty wears off, which it might. But did some research into it. I still think it's possible, but I just don't know if you get anybody to put enough money into, being able to get all the testing.
It's even named. The product has a name.
The name of it, if you ever see this anywhere.
It's now officially on. It's on the air.
They would be called rainbow ropes. That the product is rainbow ropes. So you can feel free. We'll probably on Twitter. You want to hit us up if you like that.
Well, if our account's not shut down,
for rainbow ropes.
Yeah, if this podcast has not shut down our podcast, or this episode has not shut down the podcast,
it might.
But yes, look out for rainbow ropes at a grocer near you.
You think they'd allow that at
a grocer?
I was thinking more next to the condom machine in the bathroom.
Oh yeah, or that at the movie theater.
You
or
can
the
buy
sex stores.
French tickler and a rainbow rope.
I feel like that would be more
Holy
like
crap. So let's recap. Let's recap this.
Spencer's
still
exist.
Oh yeah, Spencer's exist.
Okay.
That's where it would sell. That's where it would sell. Yeah.
Excitement video.
Yeah.
If you're local.
Rainbow ropes. So let's recap the episode. Wrestling, sex, slapping me in the chest, wrestling.
They're not going to hear how good that was, but it was fun. I knife edge chopped the fuck out.
Kind of.
If only I would have been able to take a video, folks.
I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I'm way
took
too.
Their shirt off,
I'm too corpulent.
And that was a no-no.
I am way too roly-poly.
Maybe instead of working on those arms, you should stop eating all the time.
Well, I had a black bean burger tonight.
You did. It was probably same in calories as a regular meat burger, but a different kind of calories.
At least you're calling it a burger.
Instead of a patty, like I was earlier.
Can we recap?
Yes.
So we've got Super Showdown Saturday night. Or Saturday morning, I should say. We also have the RCW Mega Brawl Instant Replay Saturday night for those of you who are local. Follow Sam at The Real SCAV. Follow JLucky at JLucky Sunshine. JLucky, we got to come up with a poll for the week.
Yeah.
Do you have anything? Or are you going to put something out?
I'll think of something.
You think of something good? Make sure you vote in the poll so we have more than 12 votes like we did last time. And we'll talk about JLucky's poll every single week.
I don't know. If our listeners are as smart as Sam, they're going to figure out it wasn't quite 12 votes.
Yeah, well.
Considering we gave percentages.
It's all right. We don't need to talk about our awful numbers. We'll figure it out. We'll get some more votes. We'll get
a lot of votes on the fat ass
poll.
So
I will put out a poll. However, don't forget about my sack.
Yeah, JLucky's mail sack will probably return next week because it's been a few weeks now. So mail sack next week if there's any.
Yes, please.
Send some mail to tappedouttgp@gmail.com so JLucky can answer your wrestling and/or fat butt questions or whatever.
Why do we keep going back to fat butt questions?
Because it drives in the listeners and the viewers. That poll about your fat ass brought in
about my fat ass.
Brought in 8 times more votes than your poll about our music. So your poll
I
this
didn't
week,
even have to take a picture of my fat ass.
It would have gotten more
that?
If you could put a picture in a poll. Oh yeah,
poll.
A picture in a poll.
Yeah,
poll in a pond.
We're not going to just resort to being a sex podcast, but just it's certain things sell in the world of Twitter. Which I told my dad the other day. He's like, well, why do you go on there? I was like, it's a cesspool. Twitter, unfortunately, is a cesspool of the lowest.
I don't think so.
You don't think?
No.
I think it is.
I like Twitter because you can put anything on there. Yeah, there is that stuff, but that's what one thing like Facebook, you can't put that stuff on there.
Well,
that's why I think Facebook is.
It's like.
I think the more
up and down. You're right.
Intellectual stuff and the more bottom, both ends of the spectrum.
It's both ends of the spectrum, unfortunately. And that's the hard part. If we put a poll out about that's the thing. If we put out an intellectual poll, it'll get way less votes than a poll about fat asses. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I mean by cesspool. Do you know what I mean? Anyways,
I will think about our podcast and I will come up with a poll.
Okay.
However, my sack needs to be filled. I need a question.
Sam, do you have anything to promote this week?
I would like someone to send questions to. Did you tell them where to send it?
Yep, tappedouttgp@gmail.com.
I was half listening.
Sam's talking about chicken duck, I assume, right?
What?
Your big interview on chicken duck is
coming
out this week?
That'll drop Saturday or Wednesday or Thursday if you have their dollar Patreon account. And again, I'd like to remind everybody, while I won't be waking up to watch wrestling at 5 a.m., I will wake up. Winks, I guarantee, I looked it up. Winks is running at 1 a.m. Friday night, Saturday morning, so I'll stay up. I'll watch a horse race, a phenomenal
Just stay
horse.
up a couple hours later and watch Super Showdown.
3.5 hours.
Just fucking stay up. What do you got going on?
And then I will go to bed, and I'll wake up and I'll watch college football.
Oh, my God.
WWE, I will not be watching your Super Showdown.
All right. Well, I'm glad that they were here to hear that. I had something I wanted to add.
How's your chest feeling?
It's actually better now. I'm good. The Patreon thing. Check us out, Patreon. Look up the Guerrilla Press. RCW Saturday nights. There's got to be something else. I swear to God, there was something else, but I don't remember now. So, if there's nothing else to add, people, we will wrap up this episode of the Guerrilla Press, and we will catch you next week, where we will come up with a punishment. That's another thing. We need to come up with a punishment for our picks. Just you versus me, JLucky.
Maybe top bottom or something like that.
I'm down with that.
Oh, there you go. No
All
loser.
Right.
No losers except for Jay.
Wait. We have to do something we can put on the podcast. We're not putting that on the podcast.
That's true. No, we're not putting that on the podcast.
Yeah, we need something that takes up more time.
Well, thanks for listening to the Guerrilla Press. We will catch you guys next week.
Later.
See ya.